Hello everyone and welcome to Campus Channel. I'm here with Emlyon Business School and we're going to be talking about the MSc in Global Sales Excellence, GSE. I have the pleasure to welcome the Program Director, Marie-Christine Collier, and two of our students. One is Nicolas Violo and the other one is Sahil Savant. The three of them, sorry, I hate to answer my questions, but first we're going to start with the pitch. So the pitch, Marie-Christine, 60 seconds to briefly tell us what we want to know about this MSc. Are you ready?
I hope so.
You hope so? Well, let's see. Up to you.
So this MSc in Global Sales Excellence deals with sales functions all around the world. And we are training global sales transformation architects. We answer the needs of this global structural change that we are undergoing right now, and students are willing to ensure their employability, and companies need to hire experts being able to handle complex sales projects all over the world, leveraging digital tools and managing word-scattered sales force.
All right, thank you very much for the pitch. Let's move on to the admission now. First thing first, Marie-Christine, what are the admission requirements? What are you looking for? Who are you looking for?
We are looking for students holding a bachelor degree, B3 or B4, depending on the studies they have had before. And I require personalities. I am looking for personalities because being a salesman is being a personality. Even a sales manager is a personality, and preferably I'm looking for people having a 1-year experience in sales. All
right. What are your academic backgrounds? Sahil, I will start with you. Where you come from? What have you been studying? Who are you?
Okay. So I'm originally from India, born and raised in Mumbai, and I moved to Dubai in 2011 to study my bachelor's, which was in hospitality and travel. And I ended up staying in Dubai for the next few years, worked in online travel companies like Expedia. That's where I was started into sales, key account management. And after the pandemic, the industry kind of came to a halt. So that's where I decided I want to do a master's somewhere else. And that's when I chose the MSc in Global Sales Excellence, because it was a very unique program for me at that stage of my career. And it's worked out perfectly for me so far.
All right. What about you, Nicolas?
I'm a Franco-Colombian student. I've lived most of my life in France, but I have Colombian origins. I've been doing 4 years in the international BBA of EDEC before turning myself to this very unique master. I had 4 big internships. One mostly at Bouygues Construction as a salesman in the direction of the commercial direction of Bouygues Construction, yeah, that's.
So you, the two of you, had some previous experience regarding sales.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Marie-Christine said, like the program directors, that you really are looking for people who are very at ease with it. During the admission process, the two of you had to go through the digital test.
Yes.
Maybe you could, because it feels like it's very scary, digital test, it feels like it's something that no one's going to be able to do. So maybe you could help me understand what it is and how to go through it. I will start with you, Sahil.
Okay, for me, I found it very straightforward because I had sort of done this test before for my previous admissions and bachelor's. So I was a bit familiar with how to go about it. So it wasn't very nerve-wracking to say so. But of course, it's always when the camera starts and you have to record yourself and give an answer within a certain time frame, it's a bit nervous because you're trying to formulate your answer, speak, look in the camera within a certain time frame. So that was a bit nerve-wracking.
Stressful,
yeah. Yeah, it's a bit stressful, but yeah, it worked out well. I'm here.
Yeah,
so I got into the program, so that worked out very well for me.
Do you remember some questions that you had?
Yes, it was about my experience. It's very simple, like what you have asked me before about my previous experience and how it would sort of help me in this program. Because as Marie-Christine said, that's what she was looking for, past experience. So I can understand why she wanted to know that. So yeah, it was very simple, but at the same time, you had to be very thorough with my answers and be thoughtful and see how it connects to the program requirements.
How do you get ready for those, Nicolas?
I mostly rehearsed myself. I mostly rehearsed through asking myself questions related to sales, to the tendencies of the business right now, to AIs, to data analytics, because I also believe that it was important. I don't remember if there were a lot of questions about that, but I rehearsed on that. And when I did the test, it was really having a discussion about some of those subjects and how my profile was sticking to this kind of professions in the future. Questions like, did you had previous experiences in sales, and how did it made you improve your skills in this or this area? Which soft skills did you develop, etc., etc.
All right, Marie-Christine, maybe to wrap that up, is there any advice you could give on someone watching? So you said 1 year of sales. That's something that you really are looking forward. I mean, it's not a compulsory, but that's something you would like, that you'd rather have. Any other advice? Any other things that, let's say, students watching now will be like, what could I do to improve my application? What could they do? What should they do?
Mm-hmm. To be natural, to express very naturally, because we are really here to open up doors for these students and to give them the specific knowledge in technical skills and strategic mindset. And so be natural and be yourself. Because once you are not fake, you will enjoy the program, because it's your future life. And so be natural.
Is there several dates where someone can apply?
Yeah, we start in October, and then we have 9 sessions, knowing that the quicker the better. So start as early as you can, because we don't have infinite seats. And so for the first season, we have 21 students, because we started very late during the year selling this master. We had to be ready. And for the next season, starting September 2025, we already have a lot of students applying to the master. So do it as quick as you can.
All right, so that would be the hell of an advice. For example, apply early, the sooner the better, then be natural, and then have some sales experience as well, and international from my understanding. What are the cliches? Well, let's move on to this section. Cliches are about preconception ideas that we might have had. Well, I have many that comes to my mind, especially when it comes to sales. But maybe I will start with you, Nicolas. What would be the first cliche that comes to your mind?
We always think about the seller who comes and tells you, okay, I'm going to sell you this pen. It was the state of the market.
How would you do it?
How
would you send me the pen?
Can you write my name?
Yeah, okay, perfect. Well, I've got the reference. Okay, so go ahead, sorry.
No, when I say that is, it's more like in the past, it was really the case. That was how you sold the product. That was how you answered the need of the client. But in the past 20 years, the market completely changed in a very digital way. Firstly, with the emergence of the CRMs, which are softwares that help sellers to register data and then create strategies from those data, as well as to manage their sales and their client relationship. And now we have a new wave that is coming, V3 of the sales, as I could say, which is with the emergence of AIs and the development of data analytics. We need to have a formation that can really answer this new need of the companies that need really technical, really pushy strategies. And on the market right now, there is very few programs that propose this kind of formation, this kind of proficiencies.
So how do you implement AI in the GSE? How do you implement those digital tools, those AI tools that we're facing at the minute?
They have a lot of topics coming now in the program, and dealing with Web3, dealing with AI, automation, business automation, and they also they are being taught a lot about data analytics and dashboarding, all this stuff.
All right, very clear. The cliché that comes to your mind, Sahil?
Okay, for me, it's always been about a typical salesman that's always pushy, always talking, and just trying to push you into buying something that you don't really need, maybe.
Yeah, kind of a shark business.
Exactly,
right?
like a car salesman or something, always trying to
the Wolf
push
of Wall
you.
Street
Exactly.
and stuff like that. That's what you think. Sell me the pen.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And for me, what has been eye-opening has been it's more about move to consultative selling, where you're listening more and doing less talking.
Yes.
And that's what we've been taught in the classes. Like, if you're in a business meeting, if you're the one doing all the talking, then you're not going about it the right way. You should always be asking questions, asking the clients to speak about their own business, trying to get information out of them, and then trying to find a solution that works for them. And that's been one of the major learnings, because, like you said, a cliche is where the salesman is doing all the talking, but in reality, to be a good salesman, you have to be a good listener, ask good questions, let the mic be with your clients, let them speak of their needs, what they need from you, and then cater a product for them that suits them. So that's been sort of the major sort of myth buster for us, at least for me, in the initial sort of program so far.
All right, so be a good listener. That would be the first advice. Do you have any others? You know, any like saleswoman attitude? What would it be?
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking about. There was another cliche linked to the gender. In fact, a lot of women, I brought two male students today, but I just want to point out the fact that there are a lot of women and in this position, sales positions. And so it's not a gender profession, I mean linked to the gender. It could be either man or female. And I've been doing this for 40 years, and I am a female, and I was traveling the world and negotiating. So just to say that it's not, it's a cliche, but it's it's a cliche that is no more available today. And the second one is to think about sales as being only operational functions, like dealing day-to-day on a day-to-day basis. Okay, this is one kind of functions in the sales, but there are many, many other functions, and the sales are available to people dealing with analytics skills, with strategic skills. And I think in sales there are many, many, many functions available, and it can be available for any typology of people.
All right. So it's not just about selling. It's not about being a shark. It's not about selling a pen. It's many more complex than that. And what is it made of? Well, let's discover it through the program.
And
what's the difference between global sales and global sales excellence?
The difference between global sales and global sales excellence. I would say that global sales excellence includes ethics. Ethics is really very important in our program, and also in sales, because as Sahil and Nicolas said already, it's not being a shark, it's being a person willing to participate to corporate growth and global corporate growth. And it deals with human beings, it deals with humanity, it deals with sustainability, it deals with fostering a better world. So being in this Global Sales Excellence program means being a good human being, encouraging, building a better world for our children.
Yeah, that's quite nice and quite important. What's the most transforming experience that you had so far during this MSc? I will start with you, Sahil.
For me, it's just moving to a different country like France, where I don't speak the language, so I'm surrounded by a lot of French people. And like I said, I've lived in 2 different continents. I've lived in the Middle East, I've born and raised in Asia, so for me this is my 3rd continent. And it's always fascinating to meet new people. And I think it's as important as the course that we have been taught, because a lot of things happen. Interpersonal relationships are very important, because when you go to work, it's all about building team. Also with your clients, you're developing connections. And at the end of the day, the course can only give you like the basic building blocks, but to build on top of that, you need to have good relationships. And when you work in a multicultural environment with big companies, you need to speak and be able to understand different cultures, how they go about their work. So in our class, we have French people, people from China, and also, of course, India and other countries. So it's very important, because something that might be rude in one culture might not be rude in a different. And it's very important, because in sales, again, sales can be it's a 2-way communication, and sometimes one side can interpret the same information differently. So for me, it's been a good thing for me, despite living in different parts of the world, to come to France, because for me this part is new and the culture is new, the language is new, so it kind of helped me sort of learn. It's been a good learning experience for me, and that's the most memorable part, because the course, we can study it online as well nowadays and stuff. You can go on YouTube and learn things, but it's when you're in the class with your classmates from different backgrounds, that's where you learn. And for me, that's been the most important thing so far.
So it helps you to like do business in different languages, in different cultures, and so that you can adapt to any of the clients that you will meet later.
Exactly. And sometimes even the language doesn't matter, it's just the body language, the way you're sitting across, your legs are crossed, because even when I was living in Dubai, things matter with the way you sit and things. And here, I can sort of just keep on meeting new people and keep building on my own knowledge of that,
And as an international student, how is it like to be living in Lyon in France at Emlyon Business School? Is the life good or not?
I've enjoyed it, to be honest. The weather took me a while to get used to it, to be honest, because moving from Middle East where it's really hot to really cold. So
really cold in Lyon? It's okay.
November and December was not the easiest month, to be very honest with you, but I've adapted to it. My body has adapted to it, and I don't feel the difference about. And apart from that, it's been smooth sailing. I have a lot of friends. If anything, this course feels a bit short, the time in Lyon, because we only have 8 months in Lyon. I wish it was a bit longer so that we get to know each other even more. So I have no complaints about life in France. I'm trying to surround myself with French people all the time. They speak in French. I've already learned a lot. I can understand most of French now while the people are speaking. Hopefully in a few months I can also start speaking in French. So that's the aim for now. The short-term goal is to start speaking in French as well and move beyond just understanding French.
The next challenge is smooth sailing so far, except for the weather, which is not that cold in Lyon, to be honest. So really don't go too far up north.
Okay.
What has been the most surprising for you?
Surprising,
or transforming?
Transforming, I would say that it would be the knowledge, the skills that we earned in Emlyon. So you talked about ethics, Sahil talked about intercultural behavior and interactions between people. I think what I really liked and what changed my perception of the profession is really the proficiencies that were taught in the classes and are continuing to be taught. Notably on the sales process, the strategic process, the data analytics, etc. we really had a formation shaped for those kind of needs. You can be a social person, you can be a natural seller, as you can say, but learning the processes is now essential to be a good seller. So I think that would be the game changer for me.
And what would be the process?
The process?
Yeah.
It's a funnel. You go from prospection
yeah.
to understanding the client's need, and then you meet the client. There is a relationship building, and then usually a competition with other brands and other sellers. And if you manage to have the best relationship, the best understanding of your client's need, usually you get to the contract, to the ratification of the contract, and sometimes to lifelong business relationship.
So that would be another cliche. It's not like you're not born a seller. You can become a seller. That's a good cliche as well.
Exactly, yes.
Where does the international seminar take place?
This year it will take place in Germany.
In Germany?
Yes, they are going to meet very large companies and very well-known companies in Munich, and Stuttgart. And it will be really a treat, because these big companies, they welcome us very generously, and they are going to meet very, very interesting people like sales enablement directors of many companies, and it will be just amazing for their future career also. Obviously,
another specificity is the in-company project.
Yeah.
Who do they work with? Who are the companies who are like, okay, we want the Emlyon, the GSE students to work with us?
Yes, they're going to go and study in Shanghai this year in China. They're going to spend 2 months, a little bit than 2 months in Shanghai, and they are going to work with very large companies, also international companies and also Chinese companies, and we are going to implement their in-company project, as well as a lot of digital aspects of the program over there, and they're going to work as a consultant for these companies. Yeah, I cannot give names for privacy reasons, but confidential reasons. But they are going to work with large companies in Shanghai.
Okay, that's a big mystery. The plot thickens. One last thing: can you give me an example of master thesis that your students would have to give? Maybe you've corrected many of them, just so that we can envision, understand what is expected from them.
Yes. A subject of master thesis would be how sales force management would increase corporate sales performance. I mean, for word-scattered sales force, or in SMEs, or yes, this type of question. I mean, this type of subject would be interested, for example. Or in which extent does AI increase sales performance today, or this type of subject?
Do you have any idea what you're going to have, what you're going to pick for the thesis?
I think personally I like to explore AI use, because the whole news topic surrounds around AI nowadays. And just last week we had a class where our professor taught us how to ask the chatbot the right questions to get the right information, which then you can use, then you can refine it again. So there's a sort of a very structured way to go about it, rather than just asking random questions in ChatGPT and getting an answer. You can use it in a professional manner. So it's going to be an integral part of sales processes moving forward. Companies like Salesforce are already implementing AI in all of their products and services. So I would like to maybe explore how it kind of changes the sales process, the sales cycle. Maybe can it be reduced from a typical 12-month cycle, can be reduced to maybe a few weeks, or more enhanced customer relationship personalization. So I would like to explore it. It's a bit too early for us to, we still haven't decided our topics yet, but I think it would be an interesting sort of area, because within AI there's so many other subtopics as well. So maybe I'll try try to go in that direction.
All right, so what you're saying is basically not using ChatGPT the way I am using it. I understand. We talked about career opportunity a lot. So what do you do once you've graduated? Well, let's discover it after. So, do you know what you want to do afterwards?
I do actually. I think I'd like to work either in a job as a key account manager, and maybe in sales operations, which are like jobs that either you develop your relationship with the client, meaning you're kind of a hunter. That's how we say it in the profession, or when you have your clients, when you've built the relationship, you farm the relation, you become a farmer, and you kind of entertain the relationship. And on the second point would be sales operation, meaning how to improve sales, how the data I collected and I analyzed can help the sales team that I'm dealing with to improve, to become better, to increase their margins. So yeah, that would be the jobs I want to do.
And how did Emlyon help you prepare for it? He's helping you because it's not finished yet, so you're not yet the farmer and the hunter you would like to be.
Through a thorough formation, firstly. I think that we had very good experts in the field to tell us about sales operations, notably. We had a subject called strategic process, where we had very strong personalities of the sales environment, who told us how is the real sales, how is sales in a company, and the different missions and tasks that you can have in this area. So we could have also simulations and those kind of things where we are really put into the situation of, okay, I am a sales manager. How do I deal with this situation? How do I fix these issues that I can see from this data? And I think that Emlyon did a really good job at developing those analytical skills as well as the basic skills that you need as a sales manager.
All right. Also, there's a pedagogy called building blocks. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
How does it help them?
Yeah. They have 5 building blocks. The first one deals with the interaction with customers. So this is they are going to have courses linked to sales, negotiations, category management, buyer's profile, partnering and binding contracts, large contracts. Then they have strategy management and leadership. So they will be taught how to deal with change management, sociology of the markets, and mindful project and risk management, all this stuff. Then they're going to they are having a third block called sales engagement, and in these blocks, it deals with go-to-market as a strategy. It deals with all the digital automation tools linked to this sales engagement process. It deals with the Web3. It deals with AI. It deals with CRM, automation, all this stuff, customer relationship management. And then they have a fourth block called sales enablement, and Nicolas was talking about this earlier. We tool the sales enablement manager, and sales enablement building blocks deals with equipping the sales force with tools and giving them processes so that they serve the strategy. And so it's a lot about analytics, dashboarding, all this stuff, and they are taught on this. And the fifth block deals with professional experience, and that's what we were talking about earlier. It deals with their consulting project, in-company project. It deals with TEM. TEM is transforming early makers, because we taught them we teach them how to create a company and being an entrepreneur or intrapreneur. So, and it's very, I mean, it's a very enjoyable course, and they like it a lot because they are really trying to create a company. And so they like it a lot, and it's empowering them, giving them the empowerment to create a company and being an actor of the business. And then they are going to have all the research methodology, CSR, all this stuff.
All right, so you will find what you want. Time flies. We only have 2 minutes left. It's time for extra time. Extra time, it's basically about concluding. Maybe there's one thing you want to add, we haven't said yet. Maybe there's something that we've said and you really want to emphasize on it. Well, it's really cold in Lyon and I want people to know that it's freezing. Really, it's not. Or anything else that comes to your mind. I will start with you, Nicolas. What would be your conclusion?
If you really want to have a profession that is unique, that is shaped for people that want to have a social experience and to build something through time, I would really advise you to go to Emlyon and apply to the MSc in GSE.
All right, thank you very much.
For me personally, I think the name recognition of a big business school like Emlyon is very important. The ranking of the school matters because I have been through this process of recruitment process, and now that I am part of Emlyon, I know the difference in the hiring process, the amount of responses I get from hiring managers. So it counts, it really counts. Sometimes people are not sure if the ranking matters, but it does matter. And Emlyon has a very good ranking and it's constantly growing. So for me, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to have a big name recognition on your CV, on your overall professional experience.
All right, so with just 2 students, like they are a hell of a sellers, aren't they? So I guess the course are watching, even if it's not about selling a pen, yet it's working. What about you? Your conclusion, the last word.
The last word would be, if you want to ensure lifelong employability, then join us, because you will enjoy, I mean, you will have the perfect training to enjoy sales throughout your professional life and dealing with the different functions and evolution throughout your life.
All right, thank you to the 3 of you for answering all of my questions. Become a global sales leader with the GSE, Master Sales Strategy, Leadership, Digital Tools to drive performance, gain international experience, and hands-on skills for high-impact roles in sales management. If that's what you want to do, it's at the GSE Emlyon Business School. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you soon.